I hope they will bear with me as I once again describe the issues of contracting that exist because we are spending so much money in such a hurry that there is waste and fraud and abuse that just simply cannot be addressed in the regular order. And I believe this amendment is, I would say to my colleague from Virginia, the chairman, this amendment is once again a proposal that we establish a Truman-type committee of the type that existed when Harry Truman served here in the United States Senate. It was a Democratic Senate then, with a Democrat in the White House, and Harry Truman, I'm sure, caused some real angst at the White House by saying, I think there needs to be a special committee established, a bipartisan committee, to take a look at waste and fraud and abuse in military contracting. He traveled all across this country, Harry Truman did, to military installations and met with contractors, and his committee unearthed a substantial amount of waste. And I offer it again, as I've offered it on previous occasions, and I understand I have not been successful previously, but I offer it again only because I don't think the problem has abated. I think the problem exists. The problem likely grows.
I suggest strongly that this amendment not be accepted, because if it were to do so, it would be in effect overruling what we're doing on the permanent subcommittee. And secondly, Congress would be stepping into the role that's now being performed by inspector generals, being performed by the General Accountability Office, and indeed an inspector general specially designated by the Congress and the Secretary of Defense for Iraq and other nations. So with that, Mr. President, I will not move to table this because I feel very strongly that the Senate should address it in the same manner it has addressed it in previous occasions 3 times and rejected.
What strikes me is that there is not a sense of outrage that American tax dollars are being wasted, but even more important, that American troops are being shortchanged. What do we ask of these men and women in uniform? Quite simply, we say, take an oath to wear this uniform and risk your life for America. How much more could we ask of them? And they do it. And then they expect from us support. Support when they're in the field and support when they come home. I don't understand why there isn't a sense of outrage in this Congress, on a bipartisan basis, on both sides of the aisle, that we're not only being ripped off as taxpayers by these no-bid contracts, but that we're shortchanging these men and women who are risking their lives while we stand in the comfort and safety of this Senate chamber. I know Halliburton's a big political force in this town. I know that on some quarters you're not supposed to question Halliburton. This is some sacred institution politically. I don't buy it. I count the soldiers that are putting their lives on the line to me much more sacred and much more value than any big, huge, no-bid corporation. And I would say to the senator from North Dakota, we've done this before, the two of us joined together and said, let us put together a bipartisan effort, a commission that'll ask the hard questions, a commission that'll bring people in and put them under oath, find out if they're cheating us, finding out if they're profiteering during a war, find out if they're shortchanging our soldiers, and let the chips fall where they may. And if we find that there's been a violation of law, even if it reaches all the way up to the boardroom, so be it. How many times have we come to the floor, I asked the senator from North Dakota, refresh my memory. How many times have we brought this option to the Senate and said to our colleagues, please, for the sake of the troops, let's have real oversight. Let's ask these questions.